Today, we're diving deep into the world of AI-accelerated semiconductors, starring two marquee players, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, and Nvidia. Both companies have ridden the AI wave since ChatGPT lit the world on fire in late 2022. But despite the hype, 2025 has been a tough ride. They've underperformed the broader market so far this year. If you hopped on an AI rocket in late 2023 and strapped in for an orbit around AI everywhere, 2025 feels like space traffic jams and turbulences. In other words, wall-to-wall AI coverage doesn't guarantee smooth sailing for chipmakers. Both AMD and Nvidia have underperformed the market this year, and while that sentence sounds scary, it really boils down to two things: AI supply/demand imbalances. More AI data centers ordered cards than the global fab infrastructure could deliver. By 2025, some of the initial hype played out, and excess GPU/accelerator inventory started showing up on OEM dockyards. Geopolitical and macro headwinds, U.S. export restrictions on China. We'll get into that when discussing Nvidia. Recession jitters and rising interest rates have kept institutional investors on edge. AMD's 2025 slump, minus 16.59% YTD. Despite an enviable product portfolio, AMD's stock is down about 16.59% year-to-date in 2025, placing it among the top big-cap decliners of the calendar year. Think about buying a winning lottery ticket only to discover half the numbers are scratched off. You know your ticket can still win, but nobody's buying that optimism on the open market. Nvidia's modest gains, but relative underperformance. Nvidia's situation is a bit more nuanced. Shares are up just under 1% for 2025, yet when you compare that to the broader S&P 500's 8 to 9% year-to-date gain, Nvidia is a laggard among AI's elite. It's like sprinting at a marathon finish line, only to find the entire pack sprinted faster. Despite being the crown jewel of AI GPUs, Nvidia's hypervaluation and geopolitical headwinds, export controls to China, have kept its stock from breaking away. AMD's AI GPU roadmap, MI350 in mid-2025 and MI400 in 2026. When companies whisper AI, chipmakers sprint to the starting line. AMD's response? Instinct MI350, shipping to early customers mid-2025. Followed by the MI400 in 2026. Let's unpack why that matters, and how it positions AMD to nibble away at Nvidia's lead. MI350, the mid-2025 launchpad, fabrication node. MI350 is built on TSMC's 3nm process, matching the bleeding-edge nodes that Nvidia uses for Blackwell GPUs. Memory, a whopping 288 GB of HBM3E memory, that's high bandwidth memory, Generation 3E, translating to blistering bandwidth, over 8 TB per second per card. That kind of memory footprint is tailor-made for large AI and HPC, high-performance computing, workloads. Architecture, built on CDNA4, AMD's custom, Compute DNA, architecture, optimized for both AI inferencing and training. Early benchmarks suggest 3-5 times performance gains in inference tasks compared to the MI300 series. Why middle of year 2025 matters? AI projects feel like slow-cooked barbecue. You need time to marinate your data, train your models, and deploy. By lining up MI350 for mid-2025, AMD is signaling that they can serve next-gen AI clusters for enterprises kicked off in late 2024 and Q1 2025. That window may catch data centers in refresh mode when companies cycle out 2019 to 2021 GPU stock for something faster and more power efficient. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. MI400, the 2026 bet on Utimate. If MI350 is a defensive play to keep pace, the MI400, slated for 2026, is AMD's offensive blitz. Known internally as UDNA, the next evolution of Compute DNA, MI400 will likely tout 3nm plus node enhancements, further TSMC process refinements, higher clock speeds, lower power per operation, unified CPU/GPU memory, tighter integration with EPYC, Gen-OX CPUs, potentially enabling zero-copy memory transfers between CPU and GPU, critical for high-performance AI training. Multi-chip module (MCM) designs, multiple GPU dies within a single package, boosting yield and performance, similar to how AMD's chiplets revolutionized Ryzen and EPYC. Think of MI350 as AMD's sleek new racetrack car, great for sprint races in 2025. MI400 is like the hypercar of 2026, complete with a hybrid engine and active aerodynamics. Both could outrun last year's champ, but only if AMD's pit crew, software stack, driver partners, data center deals, is perfectly synchronized. Expanding customer base, from hyperscalers to startups. Having a shiny new GPU is one thing, getting customers to actually deploy it is another. Fortunately, AMD is adding new customers alongside existing hyperscalers, and that's where the rubber meets the silicon. Hyperscalers and cloud providers, Amazon Web Services, AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, all three have publicly committed to integrating AMD EPYC CPUs and Instinct GPUs into their AI compute fleets. In late 2024, AWS rolled out Graviton 3 Plus EPYC instances. By 2025, they're planning dedicated INF 2.0 instances that pair EPYC Gen-OX CPUs with MI350 class GPUs. Meta, OpenAI, Hugging Face. Word on the street is that some major AI research labs are experimenting with AMD hardware for foundation model fine-tuning, both because AMD's OpenROCm software stack integrates well with popular AI frameworks, TensorFlow, PyTorch, and because non-Nvidia GPU pricing can be 10 to 15% cheaper per TFLOP. Enterprise and government contracts, financial services and healthcare. Large banks and biotech firms need massive compute for fraud detection and genomics. AMD's EPYC CPUs, paired with MI350, promise double-digit performance per watt improvements over previous gen, making them attractive for data center TCO, total cost of ownership, targets. Government and defense. Agencies like the DOE, U.S. Department of Energy, and NASA occasionally open AI supercomputing procurements. AMD's El Capitan exascale system, powered by EPYC plus Instinct MI300, set the stage. El Capitan's successor will likely leverage MI350. AI or ML startups and edge players. Edge AI, startups building edge inference appliances, e.g., AI-powered cameras, autonomous drones, are exploring AMD's Versal, Xilinx-based, adaptive SoCs for on-device inferencing. By late 2024, AMD reported several mid-market OEMs using Versal for 5G network edge compute, foreshadowing a more entrenched footprint for MI350 in near-edge clusters. Imagine a big oil company using AMD's EPYC plus MI GPUs to simulate geological formations, deep learning models scanning petabytes of seismic data to find the perfect drilling spot. Meanwhile, a startup in Singapore is using Versal EVS accelerated boards, tiny AI servers, to analyze street camera feeds for pedestrian safety. Both scenarios, seemingly worlds apart, rely on AMD's ecosystem, from flagship data center GPUs to modular, edge-optimized SoCs. That breadth of coverage means AMD can chase any AI buck in 2025 and beyond. AMD as a threat to Nvidia, potential upside scenarios. So, is AMD really a true threat to Nvidia's AI GPU hegemony? The short answer, possibly, if several high-stakes bets pay off. Below, we outline 3 plausible scenarios where AMD could convincingly challenge, or even overtake, Nvidia in certain AI segments. Inference dominance via MI350 cost/performance edge. Premise: inference workloads typically dominate GPU sales. It's cheaper and less compute-intense than training. If MI350 delivers a 3 times improvement in inference performance per watt over MI300, and does so at a 20 to 30% price discount to Nvidia's H200, Data centers hungry for TCO savings will switch. Execution path. AMD secures bulk orders from a top 10 hyperscaler, e.g., AWS, locking in multi-year contracts. Once AWS touts 20% lower inference TCO on AMD machines, other providers, Google, Azure, jump on board. That sends shockwaves through the channel. Scenario 2. Software ecosystem leap via ROCm integration. Premise. AMD's ROCm, the open-source software ecosystem for GPU acceleration, becomes truly ubiquitous across major AI frameworks by mid-2025. Imagine every large AI model, Llama, GPT-style, Stable Diffusion, Whisper, has ROCm-optimized code paths and a seamless plug-and-play configuration. Execution path. By Q3 2025, AMD lands a deal with a major AI startup, say, OpenAI, to run GPT-derived Chat Fusion models on MI350 clusters, achieving cost/perf parity with Nvidia. That endorsement breaks the perception that, if it's not CUDA, it's not production grade. Scenario 3. Training credibility with MI400 and EPYC synergy. Premise. By 2026, the MI400, coupled with EPYC GenOX, offers 40 to 50% better AI training throughput per dollar than Nvidia's Blackwell H200/H400. Data centers love that integrated CPU/GPU combo because it simplifies memory coherence and reduces networking overhead. Execution path. A landmark customer story emerges. OpenAI or Anthropic trains a new GPT-6 class model on an AMD cluster, achieving equal or better performance per dollar than on Nvidia DGX Super PODs. The AI research community takes note. Papers start citing AMD cluster experiments in their appendices. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.